I'm getting ready for the day. I'm also getting ready to film. So I just got out the shower and I combed my hair and I put face lotion on, and I just decided to go ahead and finish getting ready in front of the mirror. And it's just my simple everyday makeup. So today I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte, and this is the color 112. And I usually like shake it up a little, and I use this plastic plate right here to squirt it on and then pick it up with a brush. And I'm using a brush that has is basically a stippling brush, and this is more than enough, but this is what I have on the brush at this moment. I mean, this is what I have on the plate at this moment. And I'm just taking this Mally, and it's a double-ended brush, and it has the thinner brushes here and a thicker back here, and this is best for stippling. And it picks up the minimum amount of foundation, and it barely sticks on the tips of the brush. That way you don't waste your foundation. And I just basically just slather it on, and it doesn't look like my color. And for the most part, unless you're very, very fair, I should say, I think that the lightest foundation would come on looking, just giving you that flawless look without even looking like it's a different tone from your skin. But for the most part, your foundation will always look lighter, orangey or redder or whatever, and you just have to get it on and then fix it from that point on. So that's what I do. I usually like to put one layer of foundation on, and then I like to get the Beauty Blender, go ahead and blend it in. And I like to get the Beauty Blender, like I said, and blend it in. I have to get up and go get it though. And I hope you can still see me there. I have a mirror in front of me, but it's not a magnified mirror, so got the magnified one right here. And this is a Beauty Blender. I do my makeup every day, but every morning I wet it, squeeze it out really, really good. First of all, I wash it out. I don't just wet it. I wash it very clean, and then I squeeze it out. And then it kind of sits there until I'm ready to do this process. So if I feel fine with the coverage, I leave it, but I don't like to waste. So since I have this much still on the plate, I'm gonna go ahead and then finish this off. And I usually just focus on the middle of my face. So just in the middle of my face. Really, I'm meaning not around the edges and under here and all that anymore. And I have a hard time with this brush getting it into the crease. So sometimes I feel like I need a smaller brush for that. Or if I go like this, then I'm definitely bound to have to wear mascara, because the foundation gets all over my eyelashes. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do this one more time. This is exactly how I do it every morning, no matter what foundation. And then I just take the rest of it, scoop it up on the Beauty Blender, and make sure I have the coverage in my eye, because it's deeply set in right there. And then there's also the creases underneath my eyes that sometimes fold in and don't get proper foundation, and in the sides of my nose. And then after that, just check and make sure it's all legit. And it is. So then the next thing I do, I have the setting powder, which is the Airspun, and I have it sitting on a similar type of plate. And so I just open it up, and I just like to lay the sponge right into it. I'll show you. And I lay it in like this. Whatever comes up on it, I try to tap off some excess, and excess does come off. And I kind of do a little baking just right here, because my glasses sometimes move the foundation around my nose. But I usually just, I just And I give it probably, I do that twice because I really like, I don't shake back into here, but I shake back into the top. And then all the excess ends up on here. I don't like to really contaminate my powder. Maybe, I don't know. So these places that I think that I need to really set it so that it doesn't move. And I go ahead and do that. Basically, I pounce it all over my face. That's really what I do, because I can do this without a mirror with my eyes closed because it's my daily routine for putting on my face. So if it looks powdery or whatever, I just go back over with this brush and like I said, whatever is left on it to help take away the streaks. In the powder and get it out of my hair as much as I can, and my eyelashes as much as I can, and my eyebrows. So I did end up cutting off 1 inch of my hair the other night. I was on the phone talking to my niece. She lives in Vegas, the one we went to her house for Christmas. And I was gonna chop off more that day. It was a day I was off, and I woke up that morning, I knew that I was going to cut my hair. But I ended up just cutting off 1 inch so far. I feel like I'm probably gonna do more. Then I have this sort of bronzer. Basically that's already finished, but I'm still just trying to get the bare edges out. And then I also have this palette here from e.l.f., which is eyeshadow, a blush palette. Let me just go ahead and use the mirror. So then I pick it up on this blush brush, and this is just my Sonia Kashuk travel size brush, and I lay some down on this eye just to take off the excess because I'm really headed for my cheeks, but I didn't want all that on my cheeks, of course. And I smile, but I really don't load the blush on the balls of my cheek. I just use that for a point of where to brush back from. And then I go ahead and put it on my eyelids like that. Put a little lip gloss on at this point because I'm not really going any further other than some mascara. And because of my gray hair, and it kind of really won't blend away no matter, it looks like at the very edges it's still showing traces of gray hair, which I don't mind personally. I really don't mind. I usually have a different brush, a more precise, really a foundation brush, and I usually use that to dig around the edges of this powder that I've been using for a bronzer. So I'm just going to use this brush, and I'm just going to have to use another one tomorrow for putting on my blush. And then I just like to, like I said, start up in here. I try to go even, lay it down evenly, and then when I know that it's mostly evenly distributed, I go ahead and start working it in other places. But yeah, so I just kind of put that around there, and it just kind of give me that little bit of a chiseled look. And if it's too much, I go ahead and just blend it back down with the sponge because it's just hanging out there. For my brows, I believe it's the end of this pencil because no matter how much I sharpen, it just won't sharpen, and it constantly just breaks off. It's like, I don't know how old it is. I don't know how long I had it, but I'm going to try to get as much as I can on my brows without scratching myself. I'm going to be doing my brows, grooming my brows this evening after I get home, because sometimes I just get used to looking in the mirror at my brows and forget that I always love the way they look after I groom them. And basically that's just, you know, cleaning up the hair underneath and trimming down the length of them. And this is basically being done just to, because the foundation gets on my brows. I know that I can wipe my brows off, but I'm afraid to because I think that I'm going to wipe off too much of the makeup and just make a mess. And I'm just getting dressed for the day, so I'm not playing in makeup at this point where I can try that. And if it goes well, then that'll be the way I would do it instead of having to keep darkening them because of the brown foundation. Kind of blended them away. So I'm going to be using the Roller Lash mascara, and this is one of my favorite high-end mascaras. I can really put on mascara without even having it. Helps my little thin eyelashes that used to be really thick and long stick out, but it also brings them back visible from me putting foundation over my eyes and covering up my lashes in the process. So this is all, and I'm basically getting ready to film. But when I'm done filming, it's time for me to leave, so I just felt like I should just do it all in one shot, my everyday makeup look, with the exception of some eyeshadow. All right, if you like the video, please thumbs up, and thank you so much, and I will see you on my next video. So today I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible